Another jump short shot.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Beat Junkies Jetpack booth here, live from NAMM 2020.
Woo!
We're the Beat Junkies. This is my man,
Repmatic.
Repmatic in the house. I'm Babu.
Yep.
Welcome to an episode of Building Better DJs live from NAMM, and our first episode with our first guest here during NAMM, the one and only DJ Numark, y'all.
Yes, yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
How y'all doing? You guys good?
Uncle New in the house.
We're good, Nu.
Yeah.
We all known each other for a long time, Nu, but
Yep.
you know, what can I say? We love what you do for the culture, man. Up to now, like, you still innovate, do crazy ass shit whenever you're DJing. I never know what to expect when you play or what your sets are ever going to be like. They're always different and super creative.
Yes.
What keeps you going at this point, man? Like, where's that fire coming from, man?
I just listened to strictly Persian anthem trance.
Yes!
Yeah. And then that sets me on my journey.
Persian.
Yeah, it's right before the show. I get all pumped up.
Right.
You know?
Hashtag Persian anthem trance.
Little fist bump.
Yeah. No, yeah. I don't know. I think it's just that I'm always trying to learn. And so, like, I go into my sets from that perspective and realizing that I'll never be a master of this craft, and just kind of humbling myself and saying, okay, that's a lot of pressure taken off. I know I'm not going to ever be a master, so what can I do to have fun? And that usually gets me to the finish line.
That's a dope attitude, man. We believe in that too. Like, there's no finish line. There's the black belt is non-existent, you know?
Yeah.
But it seems as of lately, like, you've had a long, awesome career, man, but, like, as of lately, it seems like you caught fire, like, as of lately, like, on the solo tip, you know, beyond being part of Jurassic 5. Right now, Numark as a DJ, as a solo DJ, as a producer, like, I've seen you just raise your stock, man, like, and it's amazing, dude, like, putting out solid shit, like, killing
means
shit.
a lot coming from y'all. I mean, and you guys are a very big part of that, you know, watching you guys train your students the way you do and upped your game with the school, and we've had this conversation about how, you know, you guys are building better DJs moving forward, and when we're really old, we're going to see some really dope DJs, and so that gave me goosebumps at the playlist retreat when you guys had your panel. I think just seeing peers like yourself and kind of taking the burden off my shoulder again of, I'm not really at the stage where I'm trying to prove myself, and I think that's when it clicked. Like, I'm not trying to get known.
Right.
I just want to do bucket list shit that talks to my soul. Like, I literally have, like, vision boards and dry erase boards with, like, okay, I have to get this done in 2020 because this is, you know, I have to work with this artist because he or she is on my bucket list, and as we know, we're losing a lot of troops, you know, we're losing a lot of people around us. And so I'm like, well, look, I just want to get this, I just want to work with what I think is cool, you know. I was with a group for a long time, and I poured my blood, sweat, and tears into that because I knew it had legs, but I guess once that freed up, I guess all the wacky ideas that I've always had just were left to me, and I just had to learn how to re-facilitate them for my own brand.
No, not the, and you really have been putting in a lot of work. I can't say enough about the whole Zodiac tracks thing.
Yes.
I feel like that was like kind of a, if not a reintroduction, an introduction to a whole new generation of heads. What did that do for you, doing those Zodiac tracks videos? And
yeah, you know, it started out as me just trying to, my 2016, 17, 18 kind of world was like, okay, I need to give back now, but I didn't really want to do it in the way of money, like through charity, because I don't know where that money ever goes, and I always would hit a roadblock with that. Like, I want to give back, but I don't know where my money's really going to go. Like, I don't know if it's going to get to the people who are in need of the money. So I was like, well, maybe I can give in the way that I know the best, and that's through music. And it became a thing of, like, how can I honor all these artists that have given so much to all of us in a musical way, and shout out happy birthday. There was a lot of death things that are going, you know, we're doing a mix around someone who died. I'm like, hey, wait a minute, all these people are here, you know, and, you know, guys like Dilla were my favorite when he was alive, and I was open about it, but I think a lot of people weren't, and then when they would die, they become, as we know, idolized, and so I kind of wanted to do it before all that happened, and yeah, man, I mean, that just really the basis behind it. I'm glad people came on the journey with me because yeah, I was hustling to get them done every month. That's for sure. You know.
Speaking of Zodiac, I mean, which month did you think you had the hardest one to do, and which one was the most funnest for you to do?
Which one was the hardest to do?
First, what was the hardest one out of the months, and which one was the funnest one?
You know, it's a weird thing. About 70% through the months of mixes, I was like starting to feel the vibe from every Zodiac sign, which sounds quirky and weird, but I was really feeling it. Like, so Gemini was tough because I'm a Gemini, and we change our minds. We have duality to us, and I felt that. Like, I was like, oh, I think I got the mix. I'll record tomorrow, I'll have my boy come over, and then I changed everything in the last minute. And I was like, damn. So Taurus was tough too. Yeah, Taurus was really tough too. But for the most part, I was surprised at how abundant each sign was in musical talent. Like Capricorn, I had no idea. You know, like there's a lot of things going on. I was like, oh my god, like this guy's a Capricorn, she's a Capricorn. Right. But my favorite part of it, the whole thing would be like, you know, I think there was one in Scorpio. I think Alchemist was, you know, was a Scorpio, and then I think it was either Havoc, that's a Scorpio. One of the MCs from Mobb Deep was a Scorpio, and then who they sampled was a Scorpio, and I'm like, a threefer, yeah, you know. But that's just me getting excited. Nobody else cared.
That's crazy. All the research,
that's
all the research that goes into that, though, man. That's crazy, man.
And that's what it's just about, paying homage. And so when I get a threefer like that, it's like a big win for me. So.
But here's the awesome thing was like it's awesome to know that you did that in a sense that you wanted to give back. Yeah. And it's done nothing but give back to you, actually. You know, I've watched those videos go viral, I've watched, and I feel like inadvertently you started doing what I see a lot of DJs do nowadays to build up their rep, is to go on Instagram or Facebook or something and put up a video of themselves DJing for 1 minute or whatever. Yeah. And take the whole Zodiac thing out of it, or, you know, whatever your quirky original, you know, vibe was about it. You were kind of early on just saying, I'm gonna put DJ sets up online for everyone to just enjoy. Yeah. You know, like, did you have some kind of reservation about like just like, oh man, I'm exposing all my sets, like, you know, I'm exposing all these records, etc. Were you ever torn about that?
Not the records, and not the sets either, because I knew some of these were sets that were kind of bubbling in my mind, and I thought I could maybe work. I knew they would work with Serato. Not so sure they would work on turntables because of the pitching and the chipmunking and the slowing down, that whole bit. Right. But to answer your question, really no to both, because I have this thing about myself where I'm self-punishing, and I wanted to kind of box in the mirror and say, clear all these mixes out of my arsenal so I can go up and do some new, fresh things and test myself for 2020. Right. So yeah, and you know, you see guys like DJ Coco, who, I mean, the guy has multiple mixes. He has no boundaries, and I'm like, you know,
no excuses.
Yeah. So I consider myself in that school, like constantly give, because tomorrow you'll have a better idea.
Right. I mean, with doing these Zodiac mixes too, would you also consider this like almost like a revamping of your brand per se?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say that. You know, there's. I got to a point where I was looking at myself in the mirror and just going, you know, I really worked a long time to have this many followers. Like, I really should up that up and give people what I'm known for, and I have a lot to share, but I can't give it to them when there's nobody like checking for me. Right. I mean, just it's a harsh reality. So I was like, well, I got to build it up so I can share with them what I really want to share. And, you know, a few months go by and I quadruple the followers, and then I'm just like, okay, so now you know, and it's hard to move that needle on Facebook. Right. Instagram's a little easier because it's shorter, you know, attention spans, or shorter lengths of time, but Facebook is really hard to move that needle.
But I think your timing was everything, though. I think you came along at a time when maybe, for whatever reason, people's attention spans were there, or you caught them, you caught people's attention at the right time, but I just love focusing on that and sharing that with our listeners, though, because I think that's amazing that as much as you knew you wanted to do something that was a good look, it was showing my skills, I named this, spread my name, but really it was about giving, and you know, that's one thing I'm noticing at this phase of my career too is the gift of giving, man, and it really it comes back tenfold. Wow. And like and your career and what you've been doing lately has been a great example. Wow. New, it's really inspirational, and you know, for all our listeners and everybody out there listening, like you know, be inspired, but like, you know, you got to really dig down and do things that make you happy, and find that balance. I think
it's really true. I mean, a lot of those mixes I could never do live anyway, not from a technical standpoint, but from a crowd reactionary standpoint.
Right.
You know, like one guy was like, "Yeah, you could never do that in a club in New York." I'm like, "That's why I'm doing it in my bedroom in North Hollywood."
Exactly.
You know, I'm doing mixes that I can't play anywhere else, really. And I'm doing it in a way that honors, it's not really about my skill or anything, it's really about honoring all these greats and influential, daring artists that brought me here today. So.
Oh man, but you're kind of downplaying yourself. Real creative on those mixes and all the transitions.
I'm doing my best.
The process is watching you putting all those mixes together. I mean, the way how you put the mixes together and showing how you put your sets. I mean, from going from January to December, it's it's incredible.
Thank you, man.
It's really incredible.
Really means a lot coming from y'all.
But NAMM, are you just here? You're just here enjoying yourself?
Again, here to learn, because I spent the last 3 months. I haven't made a beat in 3 months, and so I've been making drum packs and again trying to give back to producers now. So I've created 1,700 drum sounds, and I'm getting ready to release on Valentine's Day.
Yes, please.
Through Ableton Live and Drum Broker.
Oh, man.
And so, yeah, I just stopped making beats completely. I started last week on a new project, but I wanted to just give back drum sounds. Most of my inboxes as it relates to my production is about my drum sounds. And one of the highest compliments I've ever had in the industry was from Dilla saying he sampled one of my snares. And I was like, I think I might retire now.
That's crazy.
So most of my inboxes, if it's the trademark project or the Method Man joint or whatever, people ask about my drums. And so being a drummer, I guess it makes sense. But I guess I've always downplayed that. I never really thought people cared. But so I kept answering a lot of emails. And I'm saying, finally, maybe I'll do a drum pack and see what it does.
No, for sure. And I think
it's going to be called Crate Expectations.
Nice.
Ooh.
No, I'm excited for that, dude. I need that. No, but I love your production, man. Like, it sounds classic without being dated. The Method Man joint was really dope. And you know what I love about the Method Man joint was that it really resonates how you make music for DJs. Because the whole DJ community worldwide really loved that tune. I saw so many videos of people like getting busy and flipping that Method Man song you produced.
Man,
like,
it's so personal
did
production.
Did it blow you away? Like all the response, like that was so dope.
What blew me, the whole phasing of it blew me away. Like me putting the headphones on Meth's head and going, "Hey man, I did this series called Zodiac Tracks. I've represented you twice. I know you're a Pisces. I need a song to wrap it up to finish my seasons. I got 25 mixes." He's like, all right. I put it on, and with 2 minutes, he did his. I can't imitate the Meth dance, but that I can't even do it. But he does that. His arms dangling. He's like, oh yeah, I'm fucking with this new like that, and then like came to my house, and it was by far the most unique session I've ever had, and grabbed the right set of headphones. Turned up the right volume knob and said, I'm ready. And I wasn't ready. Like, I was almost ready, but my cameraman wasn't ready because we were going to film the session, and it was just funny as hell, man. And knocked it out first take, basically. And I was like, man, if I work with more MCs on first take basis, I would have a lot more time to do Zodiac mixes.
Oh, man.
That's so dope, though. But it was a certified banger first time it hit my ears.
Oh, man.
But, I don't know. Did you really notice how many DJs made little video routines I really didn't expect. Dope feeling, dude.
Yeah, I didn't expect any of that, and shout outs to all the DJs that did something, man. It meant a lot to me. I try to share every single one I saw, and
nice.
It meant a lot to me. It meant a lot to Meth too, because he hit me on and was like, man, this really caught some fire. I'm like, yeah. Let me work on your next album. Let's go.
Oh, that's so dope.
Speaking of production, and also about bucket list, is there anything particular right now that who do you want to work with? I mean, I know it's a typical question, but you did bring it up about bucket list, especially now a lot of people are passing away and stuff. Is there anyone you want to work with, or you're in the process of working with?
Yeah. It's not right now. It's not so much about the person, but the project. I want to do I'm halfway through an all covers project.
Right.
It's called Run for Cover, and I'm about
man.
about 60% done,
Nice.
and I got some real. I never talk about my own production like this, but it's bona fide heat. Something about when I play my DJ sets. I play God, like 40% covers now. It's a lot of covers in my set, and I didn't realize it until I listened back to one of my mixes. I'm like, wow. So if I'm playing that stuff, why don't I produce that stuff? Like, why am I always, doing hip hop songs or instrumentals?
Right.
Like, what's stopping me? So that's going to be the next focus after my drum packs come out, and hopefully I'll get down to the bottom of it. But Bacal Rhythm and Steel Band,
Right.
The Traffic out of Australia, Full Crate, all those guys are on the project right now.
Wow,
So
yeah.
it's
I saw on your Instagram you had Full Crate at your house.
Yeah.
Were you guys working on the
heat.
Man.
Like heat.
Shouts out to Full Crate.
Yeah.
Shout out to Full Crate. That's the
Yeah,
homie.
man. He's the man.
Yeah.
But yo, New, are you looking forward to seeing anything here at NAMM?
Yeah, I'm always the guy looking for the smallest software companies that make soft synths or realistic sounding guitar sounds or realistic piano sounds. I feel like there's a lack of plugins that are dedicated to the sound of the late 60s, early 70s. There's a lot of polished soft synths out there, but I'm trying to find, it's a very specific thing what I'm looking for, but I'm trying to support the small guys right now and purchase their software for my production.
Right.
That's what's up.
Let's speak on some nerd, some production, also on some nerd shit. I mean, I know you dabble back on hardware and software, but can you tell us what you like currently? What are you using for production?
Yeah, I'm an Ableton Live user. I'm going to be doing a lot more beats on Serato Studio, taking it more seriously and learning it because I've been consumed with the drum packs. And I'm on Push for my controller. Contact Complete for the keyboard,
Right.
Of course Technics 1200s and Pioneer S9 for the DJ side of it.
Right.
I collect preamps from the 40s and 50s, so a lot of old RCA preamps and Altec preamps that give us the sound that we sample, on Dilator records, J-Fi records,
So sick.
the nastiness, and
Oh, yeah,
and I've been collecting a lot more old mics as well.
Yeah, your home studio is incredible.
Thank you. I've been slowly chipping away at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking good over there, New.
Thank you,
But
brother.
yeah, man, appreciate you coming and chatting with us,
Pleasure's all
New.
mine, man. Pleasure's all mine. Appreciate you guys having me.
For
Yes.
real.
Yeah.
Keep inspiring. Man, you have so much new shit coming out, guys. Go support this guy, DJ Numark, y'all.
Thank you.
Round
Make
of
some
applause,
noise
yeah,
for
yeah,
DJ
round of applause,
Numark,
yeah.
y'all.
Much respect. Thanks for having me, y'all.
All right, y'all.